Hello, my dear Leo. This is your love and spirituality reading for the time between June 16 to June 30, 2017, with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. So I use a Legacy of the Divine Tarot by Ciro Marchetti, and I will start shuffling your cards. I call the Divine with love and light, and I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world, and I call the 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Leo viewers. So I want my dear Leos to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. I also want to take the chance to tell you that the Sun in Gemini is opposing Saturn moving retrograde in Sagittarius. So the days until Sun moves into Cancer will be fire with Gemini Sagittarius combination. The Sun will continue opposing Saturn in Sagittarius when it moves into Cancer, and the Cancer Sagittarius combination represents the Chariot. 2 opposite forces that needs to be brought together to get your show on the road. While Saturn, the strict teacher, will be opposing the Sun until June 24th. June 21st, we will have the midsummer solstice over the tropical of Cancer. And June 24th, we will have the new moon in Cancer joined there with the Sun, Mercury, and Mars. Venus will be in Taurus this period, and Neptune, Pluto, and Saturn is still in retrograde, and Jupiter is moving direct since June 10. So, okay, I will just tune in for a few seconds. Okay. So, my dear Leo, this is your future. This is your now, and this is the past. So the now is probably the second half of June 2017, but whenever you watch this, it's probably the exact right time to see it. And you can watch this reading several times during this period, and you will probably get to understand more of it as time goes by. So the first card for you, Leo, is 21, the world here in the past. So for some of you watching in early June, this might be like happening now. The World card is a card of closure. It's a card of ending. It's also a card of you having been dealing with karma in a way that had put you in on the highest path towards your highest destiny. So well done, Leo. With the World card, you have been able to accomplish something that you haven't been able to do before, and therefore let yourself out of a karmic cycle. The World card is kind of like an exam, like finish school. You have gotten some new knowledge. 21 is also it's also connected with 2 + 1, 3, the Empress, the card of nourishment and abundance. So the world is also talking about a longer cycle. It has been a longer cycle with many heavy things, but you have kind of being able to get some closure, or at least done the things you are supposed to. The world card is also about human evolution. We are finishing one cycle and then beginning on a new one. We don't have to attract the same situations over and over again. We can start a new fresh cycle. So the World card is more of an ending than actual kind of the Death card and Tower, because the World is also an ending of the major arcana cycle. The card for Death, number 13, quickly follows by 14, the Alchemist card, but the 21 World card is the last card of the major arcana, and then it starts again with a Fool. So it's some big closure here, something big that has been put to an end. It can also be something that you have been able to accomplish. You have finished something, you have succeeded with something, you have done something that was very rewarding for you. It can be different things. Sometimes those endings isn't maybe what we wanted, but it's always for our greater good. So it's also connected to number 12, of course, the Hanged Man, the need of spiritual maturing or spiritual enlightenment or going to a gateway. But 21 is when we actually made it. We were able to do it. So the next card is Four of Wands. Four of Wands usually is it's a new foundation. It's some stability. You have done something and been able to make a new stability for yourself in your life. The Four of Wands is self-love. It's also being able to create beautiful things. This is your point of imagination, and this is what you have imagined. Your thoughts become the house you live in, as Hafiz once said. So building your dreams, being first able to envision it like an architect, and then building the house. First vision what you want to have in your life, what's going to make you happy, and then working towards this. And here the foundation to this, what you want, has been built. So it's very beautiful. Sometimes it's engagement, married, moving into a new house, moving to the next level in a relationship, being able to accomplish something on a creative level, like with a job or with artistic performance or similar to this. So Four of Wands is also like the 21 World card, a card of stability. Like you have been able to accomplish something, you have been able to build something for yourself that's very valuable. It's going to be valuable for you for a long period of time. So this is it's very good card. You can see on the back side here that it's a very hostile world, and still you have been able to build this beautiful thing for yourself. So that's also very very beautiful. So the next card here is Four of Swords. So Four of Swords is also connecting to the number Four of Wands, but Four of Swords is kind of a resting. It's like a vacation. It's like a time when things are standing still a little bit. You have been probably working really hard and been able to finish something and build a new foundation for yourself. Now you need to take like a little pause here, it's kind of downloading this new information, making the new foundation a stability, being able to adjust to these new circumstances, your new level of emotional maturity, or your new level of abundance, or your new level of knowledge, or your new level of what you have been accomplished in a creative way. So here it's need to settle, it's need to be grounded. Four of Swords is also sometimes silent treatment, or warring tribes, kind of having a peace treaty and not being in war for the moment. But anyhow, it's kind of a vacation. It's a person in need of rest. And we can see the Raven of Death is kind of, it's flying over here with some beautiful flowers. And it's almost like a funeral scene. So it's again connecting to the ending in the 21 World card. So something old needs to be put to rest. And it's like you're taking in the presence of the moon through this glass window. It's like a church building. So the moon is, of course, your subconscious. So you might have prophetic dreams during this time. Dreams that also bringing some kind of closure. You might get some insight here when you are resting. So if you feel tired or you have some minor physical thing going on, or major, it depends. It might be like your health is improving here. But anyway, if you feel some discomfort and tiredness, you need to rest, because it's just it's the new stability that wants to settle. It wants the healing that you have been done needs to settle. It's your body has been going through some major changes and it needs to settle. So don't be alarmed if you're feeling tired, or if you don't feel like socializing, or if you don't feel like talking to people or whatever. This is it's like a little bit of a vacation for you. So the next card is the Six of Cups. So Six of Cups is a beautiful card about childhood. It's a beautiful card of nostalgia, of memories, of it's also reconciliation. So if there has been like a pause in the relationship, it might be hitting off here again with the Six of Cups. Remembering past beautiful times together or things that you have been doing. It's also connected to past lives, so you might meet someone from earlier state of your life, some lost friend, or maybe a person from a past lifetime. Usually when we meet people from a past lifetime, we hit it off rather great immediately if we have been friends in those lifetimes. So we can sit up and talk all night because it's like we already know each other. So you can have those kind of experiences. It can also be like you're reminiscing, you're thinking about something here that you might have been forced to lay to rest. 4 is connected to the Emperor. 4 is being able to have boundaries, having values and not letting people cross over. So it seems like you have been able to build some new values for yourself or some new boundaries or some new stability. The Six of Cups is kind of giving wind to this because it's a 6. It's about harmony. You might have been able to heal a past life wound, ending a karma from a past life, or healed something from your childhood. With the Six of Cups, it's like you have gotten another chance to make things better. Something, maybe you grew up in circumstances that weren't really happy, and now you have gotten like a second chance to change this, to not have the same pattern from your childhood or some karmic pattern from a past life. You can change this. It's like getting a second chance, doing things better. So you might be in a very crucial part of your life here where you really need to think, what did you do before that didn't work out for you, and do something different this time. And it has something to do with boundaries and rules and stability and self-worth, self-love, taking care of yourself, your body, things like this. So we'll see the last card here also. It's an 8 of Wands. So that's very happy for those of you that might wait for someone that has been away, or you have longed for someone. There seems to be a reconnection here with the Six of Cups and 8 of Wands. It's like you being able to tell someone that you're sorry, or that they are being able to tell you this, and making a conversation about past mistakes and this I did wrong, and the other person can say, well, it wasn't only your fault, I did this too. So with the 8 of Wands, it's usually forgiveness. It's also kind of making a bridge over misunderstandings, talking things through, making things better. So for many of you, there will be a second chance within, like a reconciliation with a past relationship. But this is in the past. So this might happen in early June, or probably in early June or late May, that there had been some kind of reconciliation, or you have met someone that is a connection from the past or from a past life or similar to this. So this is very lucky. It's very finally being able to talk about those things that you weren't able to talk about before, or making things like more happy, a better solution for everyone. And there's a little gap here with a dark, kind of dark 4 of Swords, like a pause, a rest. Something has been closed here. You have been able to do something, probably face some old fear, and you are getting kind of exhausted. But here things seem to hit off again. So you're not going to stand, like withdraw to loneliness forever. It's just for a short period of time, maybe a few days, and then you will socialize again. And it might also be that there has been some greater gap in a relationship, and it seems like there will be a reconciliation. So very beautiful, Leo. So that was in the past, and here is now the latest part of June. Here we have a 7 of Cups, so you still have some feelings left for the ending that happened here. You might, sometimes when we end a big cycle, we are really trained to think in a certain pattern. We have a certain pattern of action and thinking and feeling. It's if we have been brought up in certain circumstances, we will repeat this over and over again. But now you have been able to do something different in a very beautiful way that have put you on the highest path towards your highest destiny. But here you see the Seven of Cups. It's kind of looking a little bit the same. Here's a lot of star signs, and here's a lot of cups. So cups is connected to emotions. It might be that you have a lot of options now. You have ended something, you have a lot of new options, and you don't really know how to choose. Usually time solves those kind of problems, because you will get stronger feelings for either or of this circumstances. But it might also be with the Six of Cups, Seven of Cups, some kind of still lingering feelings towards this old situation. With the Seven of Cups, it's usually like the original swamp wants to come back and drown you. The original situation wants to try if you really have disconnected from this, or if you're still stuck. So for some of you, this reconciliation kind of wants to take you back to an old pattern. So we'll see where it will be, for what kind of advices you will get from this. But I think you know this now rationally. It's just your emotions that needs to be able to have a little time maybe to adjust yourself to the situation, so you don't go into another lap of a merry-go-round or roller coaster for some of you. So with the Seven of Cups, it's a little bit an insecurity. It's like really not knowing exactly the way to go from here. And it's coming Six and Seven of Cups. So I think this feeling might be connected to this this contact here, this reconciliation. You might have a lot of options as well, different things to choose from, and you might not really know the reality. It's a little cloudy, it's a little veil here. It's like a bat's wings here, little connected to the devil, a snake there. And there's beautiful things as well, but there's threats in this situation, and you might have trouble choosing or knowing what you want. But just let things like go on in its own accord, and you will find probably some solution or some better road direction, because sometimes this is a situation where we need to choose and we don't know what to choose. We can't see far ahead in the future. So you might want to ask your guides for help, to say, okay, I want to have a clear sign to where to go from here, or who to choose, or what kind of situation you should choose, and what would be the best option for you, the best outcome for the long haul. Because sometimes with the Seven of Cups, it's like your emotions are running out of hand and you're getting agitated. The sevens are always spiritual challenges, and here's a spiritual challenge when it comes to your emotions. And since you have the Four here, that seems to be well connected to the 21 world, why you how you were able to put yourself on this highest path were through having stability and boundaries. So remember this, and this can help you to stabilize those a little bit confusing feelings that you will have here in the middle of June probably. The next card is the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands, it comes underneath the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a dream of yours. It's something that you have made for yourself. It's a beautiful vision, a beautiful stability. But here with the Ten of Wands, it comes some pressure. It's something here that you're not willing to talk about. It might be an overload. For those of you that didn't listen to this resting here, you really need to listen to resting in the later part of June, because the Ten of Wands is a big pressure upon you. It's both those cards are talking about houses and moving into the next step, but here it's like a burden to do this. Sometimes this is like a flight or flee card. You are building up too much pressure and this will blow up like this volcano. And I think it has to do with those conflicted emotions. with having to choose or needing to find a way through your conflicted emotions. The advice with the Ten of Wands is ventilize, like be able to talk about what's burdening you, because sometimes we want to be very strong, and I think here you have found a beautiful stability and you don't want to lose that. So why are these feelings coming? Well, it's the 7, so it's kind of a spiritual test, I would reckon. With the Ten of Wands, it's an energy that wants to move very quickly. It is 10. You have the 8 of Wands here. All the Wands card is about, it's about achieving. It's about aiming your energy towards your goal. The 10 is like a final, it's the final card before the dressed suits, the dressed cards. So you have also 4 of Wands, 8 of Wands, 10 of Wands. So this is of course the sun's rays, kind of your ignition from your soul. This the triangles is also a symbol for the soul, and you have 3 times the triangle, so it's Trinity. It's you working together with the divine, but it's some energy here that you don't really like. It's kind of some emotions here, or something where you need to choose, you need to be brave, make a choice, and you know that that choice is going to bring forth feelings, and you don't want to have those feelings because you have built your stability here. So why on earth do you have those feelings again? You don't want to. But it's still the same thing that brought you to this conclusion here is still on. You need to listen to your soul. You need to listen to your feelings. You can't really skip a step. There's something that still needs to be communicated. Maybe you want something just to be over, or you want something to be like just sorted out here with them. It's kind of talking things through here in a very beautiful and friendly kind of win-win situation way, and you wanted that to be continuing. But here we see the 6 of Cups and the 10 of 8 of Cups are turning into 7 of Cups and 10 of Wands. It doesn't have the same beautiful harmony. You see the difference here? Here you have the beautiful, like this win. Both parties are feeling very happy about this. Here you have the Sagittarius. You finally reach your goal. You had something, it was really, it was a bless. It was something that you have dreamed of. It's like hitting the mark. You get this what you dreamt of, but here it's getting like a better aftertaste. It's getting like 7 of Cups and 10 of Wands. Too much, maybe too much of a good thing, or maybe the thing that seems so beautiful is getting back in its old habits. That could also be the thing here. It can also of course be another energy. This can be one energy and this the other one, like we see things from different point of view. What's very happy for one person can be very much a burden and a stress for another person. So this can be 2 people's point of view on the same reconciliation or the same solution that you have come forward to within a situation. So be mindful of your own feelings, but also kind of check in with your important people in your life and see too that they are not going under here with some overweight on their shoulder. Maybe they are doing something just to please you, and it's really not their thing. Maybe what can be good for one person doesn't have to be good for everyone. And the 21 World card, it's being able to kind of release old karma, and when we do so, we often face our fears, but it doesn't mean that we stop fearing them. We were just brave enough to go through with this, but the feelings might still be there. Like if you are afraid of spiders, because you don't scream anymore when you see a spider, and you can be able to take them in a glass jar and take them out in your garden, it doesn't mean you aren't still afraid of them. So this can be it, that you have accomplished something, but it's still high strong feelings to this. It's still a lot of tension. So the centerpiece card here is 9 of Coins. The 9 of Coins is a beautiful card about self-love. Sometimes when people love themselves this much, like with the Four of Wands and the Nine of Coins, they can come up as they don't really care about other people, because you have built this beautiful inner space for yourself where you love yourself, and you can always keep yourself in the center. Whatever goes on the outside, you will have this very non-dramatic inside. We see the volcano here, the volcanic activity, and here we see like storm clouds, like thunderstorm clouds here, but in this center it's very beautiful and warm. So I think you have been able to build yourself a beautiful platform in your life, but you can come off as someone that don't really care when you are this cool and mature. But of course, this is a way of learning to cope with difficult situation and kind of accept whatever is. You have accepted that you can't control other people or other situations, and you don't take things personally anymore. And you realize that if you want to build something beautiful in your life, you need to start with you. And it also comes underneath the Four of Swords and Nine of Coins, so it's kind of emphasize or make this even larger, this with you wanting to be lonely or need time to rest or need time to kind of recharge your batteries. Maybe being out in nature could be very good, especially if you start to feel some old feelings or old problems resurfacing here. So go out in nature and do mindfulness exercise and meditate and listen to the birds, be here now, listen to your breathing, your heartbeat, just stay here now. Also feel your feelings. The pound here, your feelings, is very important because they will put you in a state of here and now. So underneath the Six of Cups, this new chance to heal something from your past and make things better is an Ace of Coins. So Ace of Coins is the gateway, is the doorway, this new beginning, this end of the first karmic cycle, and this is like a beginning of a new cycle in your life. So behind this doorway is whatever you want it to be. So you need to envision it, you need to see it, and you need to decide if you want to say no or yes to the things that are being presented to you. It's not set in stone. It's just like you are not getting just a few chances. You need to sort what you want to have into your life. The Ace of Coins is an embryo, so nothing has been like created yet. It's like the first step. It might be like the first step into a new relationship, or the first step building you a new career, or a new kind of maturity that you have been getting. So even if the energy is kind of, here it's beautiful, but here it's kind of getting a little distorted, the frequencies getting a little bit edgy, you're still being able to act with maturity and choose well for your own situation. So stay in this beautiful grace, but remember that with aces comes, it's like a chance, and if you don't take it, it's like something that's being stillborn. It's something that didn't come to life, that were never able to express life. So you need to act on those chances. Here you have another 4, so it's connect well with the Four of Wands, the Four of Swords, Four of Coins. It seems like you, Leo, have been working on the masculine principle, like being able to have boundaries. But you see here with the Four of Coins, again, you come off as someone that don't really need other people. So you might be scared to be like consumed by a new beginning, or that something will hit off too fast, because with the Eight of Wands and the Ten of Wands, things might be moving in warp speed for you. Probably something that you have wished for. You wanted this, but it might still feel scary. So it seems like you in a situation where things are moving a little bit hasty, or you are getting your dreams fulfilled, or something beautiful is happening, you are getting a little bit afraid and want to step back into your comfort zone, maybe get back into that old thing that felt so comfortable. It might not have been what you wanted, but it was something that you knew, something that was stable, something that was cozy. So we see this with the Four of Coins. This person is a little suspicious and wants to keep all the money for themselves. I see that with the Fours you have been able to be successful. So I'm not saying you should tear those walls down or go outside from this comfort zone. Maybe it needs to stay stabilized, but try to not miss too many opportunities just because you want to not feel uncomfortable feelings. That's all. It doesn't seem, you have no major arcana cards here that's saying anything. It's like you can choose freely from your own, what you want to create and how you want to deal with this situation of choice, or this new start, or this new chance that you have gotten. It's up to you. The only major arcana card you have is 21 Worlds. So the rough patches are behind you. The things that was really like big lessons are behind you. You will probably hit off with new things, but for now it seems like you have more mundane things. It's not this roller coaster anymore. It's more mundane. It's a little bit high strung here, but I think you will make it just fine. So here is the future, and we have a little Page of Wands. That's you, of course, Leo. Page of Wands is a fiery little child. They have their spirit very connected to the divine, and they are being authors, they are being creators, they are children that's showing the way, the pioneers, and they are very rebellious. They don't want to stay in a situation that's unbearable, and they want to have life and adventure and things happening, and they can't really stand boredom or not knowing the answers. They always are very curious and seek for answers and want things in their lives. So with this, the Seven of Cups situation is not really something a Page of Wands can tolerate for so long. If they want to be able to make a choice, and they don't want to be in not knowing. They want to have clear answers. So Page of Wands is pure fire. It's like the ace of wands. So it's very intense. It's very high energy. And you have this with the 10 of wands here. And then you have the 4 of swords. So risk of burnout, risk of doing too many things at once. Don't be afraid of your feelings. They are there to communicate with you. And they are the road signs that you need to be able to make a choice. So don't skip your feelings. You might have feelings that are unwelcome. Maybe you want to feel something for a work or a person that seems so great, like logically it seemed great, and you don't get those emotions hitting off. And maybe you don't want to have feelings for other situations that might not be healthy for you. But just go with whatever you feel and feel it. It doesn't have to be the right road for you, but at least allow yourself to feel it. That will be able to put you in a better position. So here you have the Hangman. Okay, so you are really, the 21 World card and the Hangman, they are, as you can understand, linked. This is an ending of karma, and here it's like the work begins again. So short vacation for you, and very high strong energy here. So if you have a little pause in June, maybe a vacation or something, really rest. Take every second that you can and rest, because it seems like the energy will be hitting off here again in July. It's going to be intense. So this is the ending of a karma. This is the next gateway. So now you need to learn something new. Again, it was a short vacation for you. And here you have found a beautiful stability for yourself, self-love. You are very clear with your vision. You knew exactly what you wanted. But here it's kind of you are moving a little bit too fast, and you are being trapped here in some energy that's not want you to move forward. And as I said, it can be two different people also having two different different ways to see this. This can be a person being more grounded and more okay with things, and this is a person, probably you or some young energy that's very fiery, that has a little bit more problem with sorting this out or being able to go with the flow of the new thing here. But 10 of Wands is really high energy, and here is kind of your car have flipped. So maybe you are driving too fast, doing something too fast, and the divine is kind of stopping you, wants you to look in the mirror. Don't do the same mistake again, because for some of you it might be possible that you will repeat. You have been able to accomplish this, like resolve the old karma, but for some of you, since you are getting like free hands here, in the end of June, you might be doing something fiery, like throwing yourself into something that you're not supposed to. Not like with all heart and soul anyway. So you're here to mirror yourself, to see yourself and make an even better decision. It's like a little timeout again, and it's good because it's very high energy here. Underneath the Four of Swords and Nine of Coins, you have a Two of Wands. Two of Wands is much like the Four of Swords, but it's more fiery energy. It's more, it's a little bit more angry to speak truthfully. Four of Swords is like, oh well, I don't care. I don't have the energy to care. With the Two of Wands, you care a little bit more, but you don't want to show off as you care, because here you need to make a very firm decision, and it needs to be based on self-control, because this is a very destined time in your life. What you will choose here will affect you maybe for the rest of your life. So it's coming here. It was like on the agenda already here in the middle of June, but in the beginning of July, there will really be, you really need to have to make a choice. And if you open this Pandora's box, you will have one future. If you open this, there will be another. So that's why you need to pause and reflect here, and not hold your horses a little bit. You see this energy, 21 world. The world is your oyster, and 10 of Wands, very hasty movement that can burn anyone out or make them tired. It's too much. It can be too much of anything, like too much party, too much work, too much whatever. And here with the Two of Wands, you need to hold your horses a little bit. Hold your horses. And always keep this. You have learned something about balance. Keep your balance, because you have to be balanced when you are going to make this decision. And here underneath the Six of Cups and the Ace of Coins, you have a Seven of the Chariot. So this was what where I was talking about with the Chariot situation. See here if I can remember. Cancer Sagittarius combination represent the Chariot. It was when the Sun, see here, when the Sun is moving into Cancer and opposing Saturn in Sagittarius. So Saturn is this strict teacher, this new beginning, getting a new chance to fix something old. You might have an old pattern when it comes to money, when it comes to relationship, when it comes to work, when it comes to friendship, to family. It can be, we all have different patterns that are unique for us. We are the one falling into the same pit in the road again and again and again. So we are unique like this. You can see your friend having like a certain pattern that you would never have, but you on the other hand have a certain pattern that they would never have. So here's a great chance for you to fall into the same pattern again, to fall into the same pit. Saturn is a strict teacher. It wants to show you where you are not really healed yet. But this is a beautiful new chance to do something out of self-love. It's earth, it's taking care of your body, taking care of you. Honor yourself, honor your inner child, honor your future. So it will be a very important decision for you here, and you need to love yourself and not be a victim to old patterns when you're making this choice. It's a new plan. It's a new plan for you with the Chariot, new thing. And here we have the Sun. So the Sun, here we have the Sun's rays, and we have your little Four, where you are kind of not wanting to share something beautiful that you have, and then you decide to share it anyway, the Sun. I was also saying that the Sun was opposing Sagittarius, and we have this Sagittarius Cancer thing. So it will be very high strong energy, and you will be tested when it comes to your boundaries, because you maybe want to fall back to some cozy energy here that feels very familiar. That would be a victory for you, and it's okay, as long as this is your choice. You need to be very grounded in this decision. Remember your values. This is a little bit about power. It's about when you're able to be like having your principles, or being able to have your values, your moral codes, and sticking to them, like not like to a extreme, but on a normal level. This seem to be able to put you on your soul's destiny. This is your soul, and this is your soul's race, and it's communication. Maybe you need to communicate your boundaries. Maybe you need to communicate your goals. Maybe you need to communicate the actual safety that you want in your life, like what kind of security and safety, and it's a new foundation as well as the ground setting. So what kind of foundation do you want to have to build on for the rest of your life with this new plan? And it's very much about your soul here. It's very much Wands energy, kind of being the hero in your own fairy tale here. But it's so it's very fiery, and it's also a little bit exhausted. So understand that there are big energies roaming around in your life, and try to take care of yourself in the best way possible. So I will take a card for you from my new deck here. It's an oracle deck, Oracle of Vision by Ciro Marchetti. So it's the same artist as it is with those cards here, Legacy of the Divine. So something for Leo. Okay. Oh, it looks like a carnival. I have never seen this card before. Actually, I haven't really gone through them. I like to have them as a surprise. And we see here it's air balloons lifting. So it's again with the Seven of Cups. I think you will have a lot of opportunities. And it's like this, it's not aeroplane, but it's an air balloon lifting, the liftoff. And it's a lot of bridges. So it's like with the Two of Wands, you can build, you will build your new future here. So this is a very important time. And the pieces of the puzzle, it's of course the pieces of the puzzle to who you are. Who are you? What do you need? What do you need to feel comfortable and safe? And this is your new foundation, finding yourself, finding what you want to build for your future. It's also a cat here, so the divine, domesticated divine feminine, a little bit rebellious, much like the Page of Wands, but very close to the source, very divine, very highly intuitive. So you will be able to solve this, I think. You will be able to go through here with grace. You have a little bit of mask on, so maybe while you are making this decision, you want to keep things for yourself, so you won't be so affected with other people's opinion and things like this. Maybe you need to really figure this out. And you see that the air balloons are also coming with pieces of the puzzle. So there might be different people or different situations that will, maybe there's a lot of things to choose from, because each and every one of those have a piece of the puzzle to you. So you will see what it is that you want and what your goals are, because much in our lives is about saying yes and no. Saying yes to what we do want and no to what we don't want, and be firm with that. And it seems like what you have been able to accomplish here with all the Fours. I will also take a card for you from the Past Life Oracle card to see what kind of karma has been dealt with, beginning, the ending of one and beginning of maybe a new one, or it's the same. Let's see, I think it's this card. Okay, Medicine Man and Woman. I think you have been healing. We see this with the Four of Swords here, need of healing and rest, and the Six of Cups, actual healing, being able to heal a past wound. Medicine Man or Woman might also indicate that some of you will go on this creative route. Maybe you will become healers. Maybe you will heal people in your surrounding with yes, your wisdom. We also have the card of Orphan here, so that might be an old karma that you will solve, and you don't want to, with the fire child doesn't want to be lonely. It wants to have people around. It wants to have action, adventure, passion, things like this. So use your wisdom to heal your old wound that might be connected to this child. You have the Six of Cups, that's also childhood. So don't make a bad decision for your inner child this time. See to that it has its chance to heal this time. Okay, my dear Leos, I hope this helped, and I want you to take really good care. And thank you also for all of you liking, subscribing, and commenting to my videos. I have been not been having time to answer, but I read as many as possible, and you really bring up the energy of this channel with those beautiful, beautiful comments. So I'm forever grateful. Okay, so thank you for watching, and take good care, and I hope to see you again in the beginning of July. Okay, bye-bye.